Hi, it's Leda Apotheca, and we're going to discuss inositol today and my experience with it. It's good for hormonal balancing, acneic skin. It's great for circulation and nerve pain. It helps with weight loss, and it helps a bunch of mood disorders. It's got a lot of benefits. Okay, let's discuss this. Great stuff. B8 inositol. I got mine from bulk supplements because it's 100% pure and fabulous. I was getting those hormonal breakouts, which I discussed after the sort of stressful time period, and I looked into it, and inositol, which I had never heard of before, a lot of people are having great benefits for hormonal acne, which was around my jaw, so I know that's hormones. So, and also sometimes I have sort of a hard ovulation, like I can feel it, so great for polycystic situations. I'm pretty sure I had a cyst. So anyways, let's go through the benefits, okay? All right, so it's great for hair growth because it produces phospholipids, which is known to grow your hair. And it also helps with hyperandrogenism or hyperandrogenism. Yeah, hyperandrogenism. So it helps balance out male hormones in your body. It's also good for men, but for women that might have like hair, sometimes they get a little chin hair. That's and androgens happening there. So a little bit of a hormonal imbalance. Oh dear. It helps with cholesterol levels in your arteries and also around your organs. Maybe that's also why a lot of people lose weight with it. That's neat. It's a neat effect. It helps your cells. It protects the membranes around your cells. And this might also be why it's been, in some studies, could be helpful for cancer, because it's also helpful for hyperplasia. Hyperplasia is where there's proliferation of cells, like with tumors. So there's been some studies that it might be helpful for that. Nerve pain and nerve communication. So if you have like diabetic nerve pain, it's could be helpful for that. Insomnia, anxiety. There's a lot of people who are using and finding benefit who have taken a bunch of medications with just this supplement. So the deal is that it helps your insulin receptors receive insulin. So people with like polycystic ovarian syndrome, this vitamin is water soluble, so you can pee it out. It doesn't get stored in your fat. So people with polycystic ovarian syndrome tend to have less of it when you're tested. People with anxiety and insomnia have been tested and seem to have a deficiency. So taking this is maybe why they are receiving benefit. So your insulin receptors are benefited by this. It helps your receptors recognize insulin, and that is helps with the precursors for all sorts of hormones in your body, and circulation. Maybe that's partly why your skin and nails are also benefited. Helps with fatty deposit. It basically helps promote hormone balance. It can also help improve the quality of your eggs and any sort of ovarian. Look, it's my housemate. Look. Sneaking. Okay, so you don't want to take too much necessarily. Some people, it's between 2 and 4 grams. So 2 grams is about 1/4 a teaspoon. 4 is 1/2 a teaspoon. So I take a little bit in the morning. This is 1/4 a teaspoon on this, which is 600 milligrams. Small amount. It's not necessarily considered a essential vitamin like some of the other B vitamins. Some people think it's a B vitamin. Some people think it's not. Maybe that's why you haven't heard of B8. I haven't. But your body's supposed to make this, but that gets disrupted by a lot of glucose, which is almost impossible if you eat a diet common to most, or even if you're trying to be healthy. You get a little more glucose maybe than we're supposed to. So there's a lot of insulin deficiencies in inositol, vitamin B8, There you go. So lots of problems. Let's go over some of the benefits. So this is just with the mood and your mental health, shall we? 6 mental health conditions that inositol can help you with. So all major neurotransmitters, dopamine, norepinephrine, serotonin, acetylcholine, and GABA rely on inositol to relay messages. So yeah, nerves, it's very important with nerve communication. And so we've heard that it also helps with nerve pain. Inositol is a valuable natural remedy for anxiety and panic attacks. Inositol may be helpful for depression. Depression is most common modern mental malady and affects women twice as often as men. Antidepressant, and the reason is men actually have more predisposition to have more endorphins in their body. It diminishes obsessive compulsive disorder symptoms. Interesting. Inositol significantly reduces symptoms of bulimia. Fascinating. Inositol mitigates one common side effect of bipolar disorders, medication. Very interesting. Inositol diminishes the mood swing of PMS and PMDD, which I've never heard of. PMDD, premenopausal dysphoria disorder. Wow. So those are some, it's just something to look into if you have any of these symptoms. I know that I was taking it and there's definitely induces a sort of calm. So I could see why that could help with, like, I sometimes tend to have like focus issues, which it definitely helps with that. So it was helping. So I had the sort of cystic kind of acne happening. Like, what's going on? I haven't had that for a very long time, and I was taking a little bit of this. I did feel more benefits with. It does give you a kind of calming effect pretty quickly, but also I don't have sleep issues or anything like that. But it definitely cleared the skin, so that's nice. It promotes strong, healthy hair because of the phospholipids. A lot of like hair loss might be because of a imbalance of your androgen hormones. You might be getting too much male hormones and losing your hair if you're female. Lowest cholesterol levels. It can treat depression and mood swings. It can help babies with respiratory problems. Interesting. There's a study published in the late 90s has shown that inositol benefits newborns with respiratory disorders. Fascinating. Might help fight against cancer, which we talked about, the hyperplasia, this proliferation of cells. Everything has been linked to a cure for cancer. However, this is because the cure will not be known, not be one thing, but a combination of things to fight this disease. Inositol, for example, has been shown to have compounds with the criteria needed to treat and potentially prevent cancer. It helps the cell membrane, that's for sure. And select studies in vitro have also shown that it may help, especially when combined with phytic acid. It can help diabetes sufferers. So we've just discussed how it helps your insulin receptors, which a lot of us have issues with. Another great benefit of inositol is that it has a positive effect on body cells. Diabetes, diabetic neuropathy, and nerve disease, which is also frequent complicated in diabetes, can be treated well using inositol supplements. Since most of the decreased nerve function is down to a loss of inositol in the cells. So we just pee it out. That's what happens. And so it's good to have increase your intake, can ease the symptoms. It won't cure the disease, but it will make it more bearable. Okay, it can ease constipation as well. Interesting. Lack of inositol in your system can cause excessive relaxation of the muscles in your intestines and eliminatory canal, which leads to constipation. So anyways, I just think it's something to look into if you have any sort of symptoms. I mean, you gotta check in with whatever else you're taking, any medications, but it's pretty safe because your body naturally produces it, but you may not be producing enough. Okay, inositol. And I like bulk supplements because it's pure. There's no fillers. They, and I promote them a lot. They supply to, people that make their own brands of little supplements, which maybe I should do that. Anyways, have you tried inositol at all? And if you have, let us know how you've experienced it. And if you like that video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And let's discuss inositol.